Om
Om
Vakradundamahakaya
Vakradinamahakaya
Suryakoti
Suryakoti
Samaprabha
Samaprabha
Nirvignam
Nirvignam
Kuru Me
Kurume
Deva
Deva
Sarvakaryeshu
Sarvakaryeshu
Sarvada
Sarvada Saraswati
Saraswati Namastuvyam
Namastubhyam
Varade
Varade
Kamarupini
Kamarupini
Vidyarambham
Vidyarambham
Karishyami
Karishyami
Siddhir Bhavatu
Siddhir
Me
Bhavatu Me
Sada
Sada
Gurur
Guru
Brahma
Brahma
Gurur
Guru
Vishnu
Vishnu Guru
Gururdeva
Deva
Maheshwaraha
Maheshwaraha
Guru
Guru
Sakshat
Sakshat
Param
Param
Brahma
Brahma
Tasmai Shri
Tasmai Shri
Gurave
Gurave
Namaha
Namaha
Om
Om
Sahana
Sahana
Bhavatu
Bhavatu
Sahano
Sahano
Bhunaktu
Bhunaktu
Sahaviryam
Sahaviryam
Karavavahe
Karavavahe
Tejasvinavadhitamastu
Tejasvinavadhetamastu ma vidvishavahe.
Mavidvishavahe
Om
Om Shanti
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 Shanti.
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha.
Athat Tritiyodhyayaha
Atha Tritiyodhyayaha.
Shri Bhagavanuvacha
Shri Bhagavanuvacha.
Shloka number 17 Yastvat Paratireva Syat
Yastvat Maradhireva Syat.
Atmatraptascha Manavaha
Atma Truptascha Manavaha.
Atmanyeva cha Santushtaha
Atmanyeva cha Santushtaha.
Tasya Karyam Na Vidyate.
Tasya karyam na vidyate.
The shloka we have seen. Atmatruptasya Atmaratehe Atma Santushtasya Karyam Na Vidyate. The one who revels in Atma, who is satisfied with Atma, whose happiness is with Atma, with oneself, he doesn't have anything to do. Tasya Karyam Na Vidyate. Therefore, the Vedic injunctions are not applicable to the person because the purpose of life, the the Shamita, the ultimate Purushartha, Moksha Purushartha, that is the goal, that is the destination, that is the purpose that this person has gained, after which there is nothing to accomplish. In fact, it is accomplishing the already accomplished. Siddhasya Siddhihi. That is by Jnanam Vittasya Vittihi. So therefore, Tasya Karyam Na Vidyate. Because to do karma, a person must have kartrutvam. A karta can only do karma. An akarta cannot do karma. Why? Because he's akarta. He's not karta. Then what about the other karakas? All the other karakas are connected to the kriya, and the kriya as important karaka, karta, it's a primary factor. That itself is not there. Therefore, everything falls apart. So, to do an action, one must be a karta. Similarly, to enjoy the result of an action, one must be a bhokta. Karma is done for the sake of the result, karma pala. So therefore, a karta does karma to enjoy the karma pala. When he does karma, is karta. When he enjoys the karma pala, is bhokta. This is how a normal. This is for a normal person. Whereas a jnani, he discovers the fact that aham akarta. Therefore, how can he do karma? Akarta, akartuku karmana vidyate. karmana sambhavati. Therefore, he is akarta, abhokta. He doesn't have anything to do. He doesn't have anything to gain. He has gained already gained. So, therefore, no karya. So, therefore, Veda releases him. That is called sarva karma sannyasa. Tasya karyam vidyate. So, how long a person should do karma yoga, which is for antakarna shuddhi, as long as one has not gained the end, the final end, one has to do karma yoga. So, this person need not do. If at all, if he does, that he does only for loka sangraha, for the welfare of the people. That Bhagavan himself is going to talk about later. Now, further in the next shloka, Bhagavan Krishna says, there he describes a person who knows that he or she is not a doer. Knowing agam akarta abhokta means jnana. Agam karta abhokta is ajnanam. Agam akarta abhokta, the knowledge, agam akarta abhokta is jnanam. So, therefore, the person who knows that he or she is not a doer means it's a jnani. But therefore, jnani is described in this shloka. Let us read that. Naiva tasya krutenarthaha
नैव तस्य कृतेनार्थः
na kruteneha kaschana
न कृतेनेह कश्चन
na chasya sarvabhuteshu
न चास्य सर्वभूतेषु
कश्चिदर्थव्यपाश्रयः
कश्चिदर्थव्यपाश्रयः
न एव तस्य कृतेन अर्थः tasya, the one who has been talked about in the previous shloka, atmatriptaha atmani eva santushtaha atmaratihi tasya yasya karyam na vidyate tasya, the one who has been told, who has been described as that he doesn't have karma to be done, that person, tasya. Naiva tasya kritena artaha. Artaha is goal, purpose. By doing, there is nothing to be achieved by this person. Kritena artaha. Artaha is prayojanam, atva artaha is purpose. There is no purpose of his doing. Similarly, na akritena kaschana. There is no purpose. There is no purpose of not doing also. There is no purpose for that person. There is no purpose here in this world for doing. Similarly, there is no purpose for not doing. Doing karta, refrain from doing, that also not there. So doing and the opposite of that, that is refrain from doing. That is also in that why that is also because of kartatvam. Doing and not doing. Doing, if doing is possible, not doing is also possible. I have free will, therefore I can do an action. I have free will, therefore I need not do the action. I can decide not to do the action. So not doing, also not doing doesn't mean he is a karta. As kartrutvam is a, therefore he is karta only. And this person, since he doesn't have kartrutva, abhimana, agam karta, therefore there is nothing to be here, nothing in this world to be gained by doing or by not doing. By doing is not going to achieve some something or something or some situation or some person which fulfills a person. By doing is not going to gain because he has already discovered the tripti, the satisfaction in himself. Similarly, by not doing that, not that he is going to be away from sorrow. Certain things if you don't do, you will not be affected by sorrow. Only if you do, you are affected with sorrow. This person, for this person, It doesn't matter. By doing or not doing. By doing is not going to get sukham. By not doing is not going to be free from dukkham. Because already is Atmanyeva Santushtaha, satisfied with himself, Atmaratihi, Atmatrittaha. So there is no purpose in doing, there is no purpose in not doing. Generally, a person does karma for certain fulfillment. A person avoids karma, similarly, a person avoids karma for, for fear of sorrow, for fear of problems. This person who has discovered the freedom in himself, the purnatvam, the happiness in himself. There is nothing to be gained by doing or by not doing. That is the meaning. There is no purpose by not doing. If doing is to get, is to achieve something, not doing is to be free. Not doing is to be is for not to get affected with dukkham, sorrow. So the sukham and dukkham. Sometimes the sukham, generally for a person, a sukham you get by doing. Sometimes you don't need sukham, but you don't want to be affected with dukkham. So therefore you refrain from doing something. So that is also possible. So doing you gain. By not doing, you are not affected with problems, dukkham. That is Gadi samsari. This person is asamsari, is jnani. So therefore, unlike ajnani, this person, since he finds fulfillment in himself, therefore nothing, no purpose is there. Nothing to be achieved, no purpose is there in doing or by not doing. That is the meaning of the word not doing. Need to understand not doing. Similarly, nachasya sarvabhuteshu kaschit artha vyapashayaha asya kasya asya purushasya atmasantushtasya atmatriptasya atmaratehe sarvabhuteshu artha vyapashayaha vyapashayaha dependency is not there on any beings. Sarvabhuteshu, on all beings. It doesn't depend on anything or any being, anything or any being for his happiness. Because happiness is Atma. Therefore, nor does such a person depend on any being for any object whatsoever. Not depend on any being for any object whatsoever. Kaschit artha vipashayaha sarvabhuteshu. Artha vipashayaha means dependency. Dependence for anything. Dependence, vyapashayaha is, ashaya means refuge. Vyapashaya is dependency. Dependency on anything for any on any being for anything. Dependency on any being for anything. Artha is for some purpose. So there is no dependency on any being for any purpose for this person. Sarvabhuteshu. Sarvabhuteshu. So with regard to the all beings. Now, we have seen that karma is performed either for a specific result or for antakarna shuddhi. Karma is done for a specific result, that is karmi. The one who does karma for antakarna shuddhi is karma yogi. So karma is done. The person being described in this and the previous shloka refers to jnani. Therefore, it doesn't require antakarna shuddhi because without it, he or she would not have acquired the knowledge that has made it possible to revel in the Atma. The shloka and the previous shloka referring to Atmaratihi, Atmasantushtaha. So it means a person has already gained antakarna shuddhi. How do you know? Because he's a jnani. Otherwise, he cannot revel in Atma. Reveling in Atma, reveling in oneself is because of knowledge. The knowledge he has gained, it implies he must have achieved antakarna shuddhi. So therefore, antakarna shuddhi is there. Then why should he do karma? Karma is done for a specific result or antakarna shuddhi. Yeah, the person not doing for any specific result, and he has gained antakarna shuddhi. So that is karma. Karma who does for a specific result is karmi. Who does for antakarna shuddhi is karma yogi. Whereas jnani, he doesn't have to do any karma for specific result because he doesn't have anything to be gained. What is to be gained, it is gained. And also, yes, since he has got antakarna shuddhi, he doesn't have to work for antakarna shuddhi. Suppose the question is asked, how do you know that the person has antakarna shuddhi? Then the response is because he or she has atmanishta, firmness in the knowledge of the self. That is atmanishta. That is the answer. He has got knowledge of atma. He has got nishta in atma, atma jnanam. Therefore, he must have antakarna shuddhi. Then the next question is, suppose the person has atma jnana nishta and doesn't have antakarna shuddhi. Here we have to question ourselves as to what is that we really want. Do we want antakarna shuddhi or atma jnana nishta? Suppose the person has got atmanishta but not antakarna shuddhi. Of course, that is a question. Then, do we want antakarna shuddhi or atma jnana nishta? Of course, we want only atma jnana nishta, which can only be added if the mind is prepared. So, the question, do we want antakarna shuddhi or atma jnana nishta itself is not correct. If you want antakarna shuddhi for what? Antakarna shuddhi for what? It is for atma jnana nishta. So, the goal cannot be antakarna shuddhi. Antakarna shuddhi is for some other goal. That is atma jnana nishta. So, also, antakarna shuddhi is, since it is a means for atma jnana nishta, the person is atma jnana nishta implies he must have antakarna shuddhi. Because knowledge is not possible without antakarna shuddhi. In other words, sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. The person has knowledge implies he has antakarna shuddhi. The karma is either one that produces a result that is outside oneself, that is other than oneself, or the karma is with reference to the person's antakarna. So two types of karma. One it is performed internally, other one is externally. Therefore, the result accordingly. When you require nothing more than yourself, nothing else will benefit you in terms of happiness or security. And if some purpose, some benefit is there in terms of either security or happiness, then you don't know yourself. If karma, the karma what is done, if karma what is done for some specific ends, happiness or security. Jnani, he has discovered the security, happiness in himself, Atma. Therefore, he has no karma to be done. Suppose if he does karma for security and happiness, then he is not a jnani. Simple. Then he is not a jnani. So that's why I said kartrutvam means ajnani, that the person is ajnani. The person as kartrutvam is ajnani. Therefore, only he does karma for security and fulfillment and happiness. If you think that there is some benefit to be gained in heaven, Swargaloka, it indicates that you don't look upon yourself, the Atma, as fullness. If Swargaloka Gamana Icha is there, then Atma is, you are not satisfied, you don't know Atma, you have not discovered Atma as the meaning of Purnatvam, fullness. Therefore, you want to be happy and you want what? You want happiness, not of this loka, you want Swargaloka, Sukham. It is relatively, the happiness is relatively better. So therefore, you aspire for that. That implies you have not discovered yourself. You are not the discovered the fact that Atma is Purnaha, it is Ananda Swarupaha. So therefore, you are after fullness, after happiness, either through the objects of this loka or through gaining Swarga Loka. So the very search, the very going to Swarga Loka implies that you don't know Atma to be Purnaha iti. Ajnani, therefore. The whole creation being oneself, There is a question of gaining some benefit somewhere. Who says the whole creation is oneself? Jnani. Jagat Karanam Brahma Aham Asmi is myself. Jagat Karanam is Ishvara. That Ishvara is myself. So therefore, Jagat is not away from Ishvara. So he is Jagat Karanam, and that Ishvara is myself. When that is so, what is that I have to gain to fulfill myself? When everything is myself. Therefore, for the Jnani, for the wise person, no purpose is served by karma. Karma doesn't add anything extra to that person. Purnatvam plus extra is Purnatvam only. Purnatvam minus extra is also Purnatvam. So Purnatvam always Purnaha. That is why Purnamadaha Purnavidam. So for the person who has discovered the fullness in Atma, there is no purpose of karma. Can there be a result without action? There is another contention to be considered here. It is granted that by performing action, a person with this knowledge doesn't get a result. But by not doing what is to be done, will there not be an undesirable result? This seems to be your experience. Is it not the same for a wise person? That is, it is granted that by performing action, a person with this knowledge doesn't get a result. Is it so? Or by not doing, will he not get the result which is not desirable? Because our experience, therefore, we ask with regard to the wise person, the same question. The Veda says the certain karmas are to be performed daily, nitya karma. According to the contention being discussed here, there are certain karmas such as breathing for which there is no result. What is the result of breathing? All that happens is you continue to live, nothing more. It is only when you don't breathe you have a problem. So, therefore, what is the result of breathing? But to live, one has to breathe. So by breathing is an action. Prana, apana. What is that result of that action? For living, for survival, you need to breathe. Breathing is an action. So there is no result. There is no result. All that happens says nothing. You continue to live, nothing more. Then this is then is a contention. Similarly, another example also can be given for this same. By this taking bath. Taking bath is an action. Taking bath, what happens? By not taking bath, what happens? Bathing is an action. By not taking bath, by not taking bath, nothing happens. What happens is you are not cleaned, therefore it stinks. By taking bath, what you are doing is that you don't want to be stinking, therefore you take bath. You don't want to die, therefore you are breathing. So, therefore, there are karmas, such karmas for which there is no result. There is no result, unlike the other karmas. Unlike other karmas, there is no result. Karma is done because not doing, not doing that, you may not doing that, the situation may come which you may not like. Not doing that, you may not survive, like breathing. That is why it is done. Therefore, there is no result. This then is a contention. There are certain karmas that we have to do, and by doing them, we don't achieve anything. By not doing them, we attract papa. This is by not doing them, we attract papa. This is called by not doing them. This is called pratyavaya dosha, pratyavaya papa. Certain karma by not doing. How can not doing attract papa? Papa is a result of an action. Punya also is a result of an action. Adrishta, param, papa and punya. So punya is gained by action. Papa also is gained by action. If papa is gained by not doing, is it the same for punya? No. Punya you gain only when you do good karma. Similarly, papa is possible only when you do bad karma. So, by not doing that, we attract papa. There is some contention. When you don't do the prayers, rituals, and duties, which are to be done daily and occasionally, and there is a problem. Whereas, if you do them, there is no problem. If you don't do this, there's a problem. If you do them, there is no problem. This is the contention, the Purva contention. Shankaracharya dismisses this argument as meaningless. How can, by not doing, you invite karma palam? Karma not done, then how can karma palam be there? Only when karma is done, karma palam can be. So, therefore, not doing, how can we attract papa? When you perform an action, there is always result. Karma will give karma pala, says Shankaracharya. There is no such thing as a karma not producing a result. You cannot even throw a small pebble into a pond without creating ripples. There will always be a result. Suppose a karma done doesn't produce a result, and only when you don't do it, there is a result. How can an action that I have not done produce a result? If I don't do an action, it will produce neither a desirable nor an undesirable result because nothing has been done. Karma done only will produce a result, whereas karma not done will not. It is simple as that. Then why then is it said that if you don't do these enjoined karmas, you will attract papam and so on? Because if you don't do what is to be done, it will not take time for you to do what is not to be done. Therefore, doing karma is always better. That is why Shastra enjoys nitya nimitika the karma. Doing karma is always better than not doing, because by not doing it, you will attract a lot of other problems. Not papa. Sooner or later, laziness will come over you and you will begin doing improper things. As a human being, since you are endowed with free will, you are supposed to be a thinking person, and the thinking itself is the first casualty. Your capacity for discrimination and inquiry will go, leaving you to ruminate and vegetate. This kind of problem is not there for a jnani. Everything that has been said is so far for an ajnani only. For the jnani, there is nothing to be accomplished or to get rid of, because he or she is fullness. The do's and don'ts do not affect such a person, nor are dharma and dharma applicable. Therefore, the jnani is above right and wrong. Does this mean he or she can do anything, including murder? Yes, because the person is not a doer. Therefore, even if he does a murder, he will not be, he will not suffer, because his karta is not there. So, for to whom that karma pala, the result of murder will go. Of course, there is no reason for a wise person to commit murder, because there is nothing to be gained. So why should he commit murder? He will not do. Because by doing, yes, if he has to gain something only, there's nothing to be gained. Therefore, why does he do? So it is just an example, it should not be taken serious. So we'll stop here. An important point to discuss in this paragraph, maybe we'll see next class tomorrow. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Dhanyavadaha.
Dhanyavadaha.
See you tomorrow, madam.